Section 7.2. Las palabras definidas e indefinidas. So indefinite words refer to people and things that are not specific. For example, something or someone. Whereas negative words deny the existence of people or things or contradict statements. For example, no one or nothing. Spanish indefinite words have corresponding negative words, which are opposite in meaning, just like we have in English. The opposite of something is nothing. The opposite of someone is no one. So in Spanish, we're going to look at these. These are very important, used all the time. And many of them, I'm sure you've heard before. Algo is something or anything, whereas the opposite, nada, nothing or not anything. Alguien, someone, somebody, anyone. Nadie, no one, nobody, or not anyone. Algún, alguna, algunos, algunas, has to have concordancia as an adjective, means some or any. Por ejemplo, algunos libros, or algunas páginas. Algún día, someday, no, algún día. Algún being a singular masculine, perfecto. Y ningún, ninguno, ningunas, ningunos is like no or none or not any, like no books. I have no books. No tengo ningunos libros or ningún libro. We also have o, which is either or. That sounds kind of odd, but what you do is put it just where you'd put either and or is where you put the n in the sentence. Quiero o una pizza o un taco. I want either a pizza or a taco. O una pizza o una taco. And when the word is negative, like neither this nor that, I don't want neither a pizza nor a taco. No quiero ni una pizza ni un taco. Siempre is always. Siempre, siempre. Always. Whereas nunca is never. And nunca jamás, jamás is a bit of a stronger word that means not ever, like literally not ever, not even once. No, nunca jamás. It's a bit emphatic. And then we also have también, acento sobre la e. No, también is also or as well or too. Yo también, me too. Or tampoco, which is me neither, not either. And that's used when the sentence is negative. Like, I have no idea, no sé. And you're like, yo tampoco. I also don't know. So there are two ways to form negative sentences in Spanish. You can place the negative word before the verb, or you can place no before the verb and the negative word after. Por ejemplo, nadie se levanta temprano. No one gets up early. Or you could say, no se levanta nadie temprano. Like, no one gets up early. You just put, the truth is you're saying the same thing in Spanish. There is no difference between it. But you could either make the verb negative and put the subject after, or put the subject at the beginning and just, it has a negative meaning. Nadie se levanta. No one gets up temprano. Once again, ellos nunca gritan. You can put it right before the verb, right? They never shout. Ellos nunca gritan. Or you could make the verb negative with no and put the negative word after. Ellos no gritan nunca. The thing is that in Spanish, you have to be super, super negative. So if something is negative, you use all these negative words. Whereas in English, we have a rule against double negatives. We wouldn't say no one gets up never. We would say no one gets up ever, right, instead of never. We have this weird rule about double negatives. But in Spanish, when something's negative, every single word must be negative to reflect that. And because they refer to people, alguien and nadie are often used with the personal a. The personal a is also used before alguno, alguna, and ningún, ninguno when these words refer to people, and they are the direct object of the verb. Por ejemplo, perdón, señor, ¿busca usted a alguien? Excuse me, sir, are you looking for someone? No, gracias, señorita, no busco a nadie. I'm not looking for anyone. But it has the personal a because alguien and nadie refer to people. Or, Tomás, ¿busca a alguno de tus hermanos? Are you looking for one of your brothers? ¿Buscas a alguno de tus hermanos? No, mamá, no busco a ninguno. No, mom, I'm not looking for any of them. Before a masculine singular noun, it's important to note that alguno and ninguno are shortened to algún and ningún. It has the meaning of sort of not even one. No, ¿Tienen ustedes algún amigo peruano? Do y'all have some Peruvian friend? Amigo singular masculine, peruano singular masculine, también algún. No, no tenemos ningún amigo peruano. No, we don't have not even one. Ni uno. No, ningún amigo peruano. Or tienes algunos dólares? Algunos matches with dólares. No, no tengo ningún. No, I don't even have one. So as I said before, in English it's incorrect to use more than one negative word in a sentence. Whereas in Spanish, however, sentences frequently, in fact almost always, contain two or more negative words. Por ejemplo, nunca le escribo a nadie. Like, I never write to nobody is essentially what you're saying. But we translate that to English in I never write to anyone. We put the last word in the positive sense, right? No me preocupo nunca por nada. Like, I do not never worry about nothing, essentially is what you're saying. But in English we translate it as I don't ever worry about anything. So just remember, in English it's pretty nonsensical, our double negative rule. In Spanish, just forget about that. You're incredibly negative when you have to be. No me preocupo nunca por nada. Another important word that has both a positive and a negative sort of sense is pero. Pero is used to mean but, the contraction. And it's used when sentences are like affirmative, no? Esas gafas son caras pero bonitas. Those glasses are expensive but pretty. José es inteligente pero no saca buenas notas. José is intelligent but doesn't get good grades. But the meaning of sino is but rather, or on the contrary, and is only used when the first part of the sentence is negative and the second part contradicts it. Los estudiantes no se acuestan temprano, sino tarde. The students don't go to bed early, notice it's negative there, but rather late. O María no habla francés, she doesn't speak French, but rather, sino español. And this is a tricky thing, but you just have to sort of pay attention to if the first part of the sentence is being negated, and you would really have the urge in English to use but rather, or on the contrary. I don't like those, but rather these. No me gustan estos, sino estas.